Hi, good morning. It's noon now, so good afternoon. Both my ears are jammed, can't hear much. Um, okay, mm, so today it's chapter 1, verse 15 of Bhagavad Gita. And I think so far we have seen Duryodhan talking about first about the Pandava side of the army, then about his own side, and then about specifically about Grandsar Bhishma and how his presence makes him feel invincible. And he asks others to also support uh, Grandsar Bhishma and to provide support to him besides guarding their own flanks. And yeah, so this is verse 15. So Rishikesh blew his conch shell called Panchajanya. So if you remember from the last verse, Grandsar Bhishma blew his conch, and that was the starting. So it led to all sorts of trumpets and all sorts of other instruments blowing up. So this is further elaboration. Rishikesh blew his conch shell. Now the shells also have names. For example, Rishikesh blows the Panchajanya, Arjun blows the Devdatta, and Bhim, who is sort of the general leader on the other side, on the Parva side, Bhim blew his mighty conch called the Pondra. So in this verse, Sri Krishna is addressed as Rishikesh. Sri Krishna in the verse was addressed as Madhav, um, and here he is addressed as Rishikesh, which means the Lord of Minds and Senses. So Rishikesh means the Lord of Mind and Senses. The Lord of Mind and Senses is Rishikesh. Sri Krishna is the sovereign master of everybody's minds and senses. Sri Krishna, minds and senses. He is like the charioteer of our minds and senses. But throughout his wonderful pastimes, he displayed complete control. Throughout his wonderful pastimes, he displayed complete control over his minds and senses. Okay, so everybody is blowing their shells. Okay, now verse 16 to 18. King Yudhishthir blew the Antavijay. So we are continuing there. King Yudhishthir blew the Antavijay while Nakul and Sahadev blew the Sughosh and Manipushpak. The excellent Arjun King, great warrior Shikhandi, Satyaki, Drupad, the five sons of Draupadi. Oh, these are the five sons of Draupadi. Shikhandi, Drishtadyumna, Virat, Satyaki, Drupad, and the mighty armed Abhimanyu, son of Subhadra, all blew the respective councils, O ruler of earth. Yudhishthir, the eldest Pandava, the eldest Pandava is Yudhishthir, and is referred as King Yudhishthir. He always displayed royal grace and nobility, whether living in a palace or in a forest when in exile. He also got this title by performing Rajasviya Yajna, a royal sacrifice which earned him tributes from all the other kings of the world. Okay. He was not the king though, because Dhritarashtra, with so many kings and princes participating from both sides in this war, it was as if the entire earth was split into two parties. It was definite that this mammoth war could cause irreversible destruction. The only person who could stop the war at this juncture was Dhritarashtra, and Sanjay wanted to know if he was willing to do that. how Dhritarashtra, the king of Kauravas, who was sitting in his kingdom next to his minister Sanjay. So Sanjay is basically saying that both sides have lots of kings and princes, and this war could cause irreversible destruction. So he appeals to him as the ruler of the earth. So he is Sanjay is basically saying only you can stop the war. You are the ruler of the earth, and please do that. Then you pick more. Verse 19: the terrific sound thundered across the sky and the earth and shattered the hearts of your sons, O Dhritarashtra. I think it's sound of all the conches blowing by the Pandavas, which is thundering across the earth and the sky and shattering the hearts of the Kauravas. Sanjay conveyed to Dhritarashtra that tremendous sounds of various conch shells from the Pandava army was shattering the hearts of his sons, whereas he did not mention any such reaction from the Pandavas when the Kauravas were creating a commotion. So Kauravas were also blowing their instruments, but that did nothing to the Pandavas. Whereas when the Pandavas do their conch shells and all, Kauravas' heart are shattered. At least that's what Sanjay is saying. So the Kauravas were fearful. Why are their hearts shattered? Because they are fearful. And when they hear fearful, and when you are fearful, even if you haven't done anything wrong, when you are fearful, when you hear the other side making a noise, okay, you're conscious, as their conscience pricked them for their crimes and mysteries. Even you haven't committed anything wrong, and you hear the other side making a noise, you feel scared. And Kauravas are the evil ones here, so their conscience pricked them for the crimes and misdeeds. They were relying solely on the physical strength to fight the war. However, the Pandavas were confident and felt protected. Supreme Lord Sri Krishna was by their side. Their victory was definite. Kauravas were solely relying on their own physical strength. But remember that we as humans have limited strength. So the only thing that gives us strength is God. God provides strength to our souls, and we as humans alone can do limited things without His help. So this is what he's saying here. The Kauravas were fearful as their conscience pricked them for their crimes and misdeeds. They were fearful, and the Lord is not with them. However, the Pandavas were really confident. They felt protected because the God is with them. My dad keeps on saying that my God will not let me suffer. My God is with me. As the Supreme Lord Krishna was by their side, their victory was definite. Okay. Verse 20. Moving on to verse 20. At that time, the son of Pandu, Arjun, so Arjun was one of the Pandavas. At that time, the son of Pandu, Arjun, who had the insignia of Hanuman on the flag of his chariot, took up his bow. I don't know why Hanumanji. Arjun then spoke the following words to Sri Krishna: King, your sons arrayed against him. So Sanjay is saying that Arjun picks up his bow and says certain things to Sri Krishna. Here Sanjay addresses Arjun by the another name Kapidwaj, means monkey bannered. This denotes the presence of the mighty monkey god Hanuman on Arjun's chariot. It so happened that once Arjun became very boastful of his archery skills and quipped at Sri Krishna. He said, I do not understand why the monkeys worked so hard to make a bridge from India to Sri Lanka with heavy stones. If I was there, I would have made a bridge of arrows. Then the Lord asked him, all right, go ahead, show me a bridge. So very skillfully, Arjun showered thousands of arrows and made a huge bridge. Now it was time to test it. Sri Krishna called upon the great Hanuman for the job. As soon as Hanuman started walking on the bridge, started crumbling under his feet. Arjun realized his folly. His bridge of arrows could not have upheld the weight of Lord Ram's huge army. He asked for forgiveness. Subsequently, Hanuman gave Arjun lessons on being humble and never be proud of his skills. He also granted Arjun a boon that during the war he would seat himself on Arjun's chariot. Lord Hanuman gave Arjun a boon that during the war he would seat himself on. So even Lord Hanuman himself on the chariot with Arjun. Therefore, Arjun's chariot flag carried the insignia of the great Hanuman. So at the time, the son of Pandu, Arjun, who had the insignia of Hanuman on the flag of his chariot, took up his bow. Now, Arjun is in the next few paragraphs. Arjun is speaking to Sri Krishna. So these next verses we'll take up uh, in the next one. So this is about it for today, and this is mainly again like how Bhishma had blown Kaurava's side. He had blown his conscience, indicating that he is ready to fight, and a lot of Kauravas had blown their instruments, but Pandavas were not scared. And now Pandavas had blown their instruments, and now the Kauravas are scared because number one, the Kauravas are alone, right? They uh, they only have their own strength to rely on, while the Pandavas have the gods by their side. They have the Lord Krishna, and Arjun even has Lord Hanuman on his sitting on his chariot, so he has a boon. And so Pandavas are not that scared. Kauravas are scared, and hearing the conscious Kauravas become even more scared. But now we're shifting the focus to Arjun, and Arjun will probably start conversations with Sri Krishna, and we'll talk about his conscience and how his brothers are fighting on the other side. Now he will hesitate. He might hesitate to cover in the next verses. Bye bye. Good day.